Alrighty. All right, getting set up here. Haven't done a live stream in a long time, that's for sure. That is for sure. Just getting this thing going here. Hopefully the reception's good and everything. Everything's good to go. It's a nice day out. It's a little chilly, but not too bad. I can tolerate it. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Hope everybody's doing well, enjoying their Saturday. Hope everybody's having a good time out there. Hope everybody had a pretty solid Halloween as well. It was an interesting Halloween last night, huh? A little bit of rain, but quite a bit of wind. It was probably the most breezy Halloween ever that I can recall. That much is for sure. And let's check one more thing. Just get set up here. See if anybody's even here yet. Let's see. Oh, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Looks like people are tuning in. No trick-or-treaters hardly? Yeah, that's what's wild. That is wild. That is for sure. Absolutely. No, it's nice out. I'm about to hit the trails up right now, so I am. I did something called walking and talking last fall, and literally I hit up this trail, and I've already walked probably about 2 miles already. So then I'm hitting this trail up today, and just kind of getting some exercise. I've eaten so much candy. I mean, last night I had so much candy, it was insanity. I maybe like 12 pieces of those fun-sized candies. I was eating like Hershey bars and M&Ms and Reese's peanut butter cups and Kit Kats and all that good stuff. And like today, I'm like, man, I must have put on like 5 pounds in the past week. And I spent the whole summer losing weight and cutting down and doing a hell of a lot of walking. And now all of a sudden, it's like, oh my goodness gracious, I used to run a lot. Actually, I used to run this trail a lot way back when, but I don't walk it anymore. So, and no, you're pretty good if you haven't touched any candy. I went crazy this year. I can't even tell you how much candy I ate this year. Usually I'm kicked back on sugar, really low key on the sugar. But this year I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to have as much candy as I want. And, probably not the best decision, especially since I got a lot of candy left over. Trick-or-treaters were pretty much non-existent last night for me. Yeah, giving up sugary things is a good idea. That's one of the best decisions you can possibly make. I mean, it's sometimes good to have some sugar. Like my body's just not as used to it anymore because I've just depraved myself of so much sugar that last night I was just laughing about everything. I mean, I'm watching movies last night, just laughing constantly. I think I posted a few jokes on Twitter. I was just kind of in a little bit of a upbeat mood and all that, which is pretty funny. So all right, let's get walking here. So here's the water. You can see right there. I don't know if you guys can see that bridge over there or whatnot. The water's usually overflows that canal or whatever, but it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice view. People fish here. I don't even think they even ever catch any fish, but they fish a lot out here. I got to say that October is my favorite month to hike without question. This is the month where I got to hike as much as possible when sitting me. Just get out here and enjoy the leaves and the way it looks and all that. So here I am just saying, oh, I don't know why people fish here. And it's like literally a guy down the hill right there that's fishing. He's just sitting there. He's not even holding his rod and reel at all. But yeah, Duncan I don't go to. Yeah, carbs are bad. Yeah, I know what you mean. Exactly. So, I mean, the thing is, this time of year, it's the hardest time to lose weight because you have Halloween, you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas. And then if you're like me, New Year's Eve is a big deal too. And then you just put on a lot of weight. But at the same time, right, we're about to switch the clocks here. I don't know if it's tomorrow or next weekend. We're about to switch the clocks. And guess what? That's less daylight time now. That's less vitamin D. That's less ability to get outside and walk, and you're going to basically, again, eat worse than you do all year, and then at the same time you're going to get less exercise than you do all year. And for me, every year, come August, September, and October, I am physically at my highest level of endurance. Like, I can walk right now. If I wanted to push it 6 miles today, I could do it. I'm already at about 2 miles, but this trail here is going to take me about a mile. And yeah, I'll do this no problem. This is no problem for me at all this time of year. During the spring, March and April, it takes me a couple walks to really get in rhythm again. Then after that, I just take off. I think the most I did this year was 6 or 7 miles in a single walk. And I think I did that in May. I think I did that like the Sunday before Memorial Day. I was already endurance-wise built up enough, which was awesome, which I enjoyed. But yeah, exercise is huge. But again, it's tougher to come by during the winter. I mean, and a lot of people are like, whoa, you can hit the gym during the winter. Yeah, I mean, if it's not snowing, if it's not icy, if it's not sleeting, and you don't want to necessarily get out of the house that night, and have to clean the snow off your vehicle and all that other stuff. It's a tougher thing, that's for sure. So, it's not, I was trying to think, it's not really showing me that many comments. It's only showing me like one comment at a time, which is a little bit tougher because I'm on this phone app instead of the not even on the app, actually. I'm on the website, I should say. So yeah, it's just tougher to get the exercise this time of year. I'll usually walk in weather as low as 40 degrees, but by that point, it's a hoodie on, it's a winter hat on, it's gloves on. I got my hoodie on and my spring jacket on, but I'll throw my winter coat on. I'll still walk because, as long as you're wearing a pair of pants, you get enough warmth on your upper body, you get enough coverage on your head, you got gloves on your hands, you can handle down to about 40 degrees, without issue. It's when it starts to get colder than that. That's when it becomes the issue. That's when I hate walking on the treadmill at the gym. I hate it. I do it every year. I usually do an hour on the treadmill. My walks are usually about an hour. I try to walk at least 3 to 4 times a week. And when you're on the treadmill, what I hate the most is you're next to people, and this is nothing against any person individually, but when you have a bunch of people that are side by side in the gym, you're locked indoors, it's flu season, all that, germs going around left and right. Here we all are, 6 or 7 of us, side by side, people on bikes near us, and we're all just, doing all that. And germs are just flying all over the place. And we're all indoors. And the next thing you know, everybody starts getting sick and reaching for the Tylenol, the little liquid gel you drink there to kind of kick back the cold, severe flu tablets, whatever, and all that. So let's take a look. Look at all that. Very nice day out here today. Very nice area. Very nice day. Absolutely stunning out here. You can't beat a walk in October. Absolutely beautiful day. How you guys doing? Good to see you. Beautiful dogs. You're welcome. Can't beat the weather. Can't beat the weather at all. But yeah, you got all these people side by side on the treadmills, on the bikes, and everybody's just spreading germs all over the place and all that. And it's a horrible thing, and that's what I hate about it. When I'm outside walking like this, I absolutely love it because it's fresh air. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's a palace out here. Look at this. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Look how nice it is out here. This is why so many people come here. Except maybe not today because it's getting a lot more cold. I saw a nice couple walking 2 dogs, having a nice time. They smiled at me when they heard me raving about how beautiful it was out here. But it's nice. It's good. It's therapeutic for you. It really is. And let's see. Yeah, so that's why I like the trails. I don't honestly walk the trails as much. Number one reason why I don't walk the trails during the summer: ticks, other bugs. This area is very nice in October. It's pretty nice in the spring too, but during the summer, it gets very buggy. It gets very busy. And I prefer to just walk, the main roads and all that. It's all sidewalks, which is good. And then you don't have to deal with all the, who knows what's going to come up here. You sidestep somebody and you step on, poison ivy or something that rubs your leg because you're wearing shorts. Anything can happen. So, but this time of year, ticks are gone. At least I think so. And all that. The craziest thing to ever happen on this trail, one year, I can't remember what time of year it was, probably the fall, because that's usually when I come on this trail. Down this way, down back that way. Got that guy on camera. Trying not to get people on camera. There was like garden snakes or little small snakes all over the place. And they're just jumping all over the place. And there's this lady in front of me. She's like, oh my goodness, who knew? She's like going into a panic about it and all that. So like, oh my God, there's snakes all over the place. It was the day after a storm, which was pretty wild. But let's see. Well, not physically. We're turning the clocks back tonight. Oh boy. Yeah, they're like little small snakes. They're like garden snakes. That's all you're going to see around here. You're not going to see like a 3-foot cobra jumping out of the woods at you. And I guess there was a cougar about a mile back that way. So across from here, there's another trail that's like 3 or 4 miles. I've usually walked that trail as well. And there was a cougar back there, allegedly. So this is one of these that it's not over here. I've never heard anything bad happen here because this is more public. The other side gets a little bit more woodsy and less traveled. And that was a concern. And the thing is that, it's typically like, don't bring your firearms with you, all that stuff. So everybody that's going back there by themselves never knows what they're ever going to run into. Nothing's ever happened. I think that could just be a rumor or, someone might have seen the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot back there for all we know. I don't know. But, no, we're good. There's nothing bad out here that I know. Except maybe today on this live stream. Oh, my goodness. No, I'm just kidding. What is that? No, we'll be good. Hopefully we'll be good. So, but, serial unalivers. Yeah, exactly. Oh, my goodness. You never know who's back here. There hasn't really ever been an incident around here that I'm aware of with people getting like stoned to death or attacked by folks. It's usually all these people seem to be pretty peaceful out here. They're all nature lovers and people that enjoy to walk and all that. Did I just hear a tree knock? Possibly. Trees were falling yesterday, weren't they? And overnight. So I was gonna clean up some leaves, and when I woke up today, I realized like an entire area that I was gonna do this weekend, all the wind just blew it off the grass anyway, so it's gone. So I'm good. I'm absolutely good here. So this is good. The clock change. I'm someone that's absolutely against the clock change. I love the fact that the sun, during the time of year, I like that by about 7 o'clock, the sun's up already. And at about 7:30, the sun's just really starting to go down. That's what I like the most. So that's what I'm a fan of. How you guys doing? Good. When it gets dark at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, it's like, oh, come on. Glara's in the house. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, when it gets to be dark around like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, it's just insane. There is absolutely no reason why the clock, why it should ever be dark out at 5 or 6 o'clock at night. Other than, and this is why I'm against the whole clock change. And all as it does, you ever notice that people start to drop dead the most after the clock changes? Like every spring, right after the clock switches back, how many elderly people just start passing away left and right? How many celebrities just start passing away? Oh, someone just passed away. Because everybody's schedules are being thrown off. And it's throwing off their rhythms. And, it's just tripping people up a bit. And it happens in the fall, too. I'm not saying it's absolute fact, but it just seems to me that seems to be the case. That I think people's sleep schedules get thrown off too much. And it throws everybody off. And I think with people that are kind of at that point in their lives where, a simple flu could put them, end their lives because they're at that stage in their life where, one more sickness can, do them in. which is unfortunate, but it's the cold facts of life. That's what bothers me too. And I don't like the fact that, people are leaving work. These people get up for work. Everybody gets up for work. It's dark out when you get up for work. You get up at 6, 7 a.m. It's dark out. You're at work all day long. And then you drive home at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and it's already dark out by the time you get home. So you leave, it's dark. You get home, it's dark. And it would probably not be so bad if they didn't switch the clocks around as much. And to me, it's just kind of a passe thing. It's something people wanted to do way back when, and probably predates a lot of the technology we have available now. We have a lot more technology now than we used to. And, there's so much technology now that you don't need to have things done the way they were done back in 100 years ago. And I don't know how long we've been switching these clocks around, but I hate it. I hate it. And it's like, oh, that's great. You get to sleep in an extra hour, then you kind of feel like you're working an extra hour too. And you're kind of like, oh, everybody starts to get in a groggy mood, a bad mood. It's horrible. That's what I hate about it the most. The clock should just be left alone. And what it is right now, between March and this time right here, that's the clock setting that it should be. This winter one, no, not a fan. Not a fan. Yeah, they do. In Alaska or the Arctic Circle, I know in Alaska there's like a period of like constant light and constant darkness for like 24 hours or more. And then in the Arctic, yeah, I believe that as well. Way down. Yeah, we'll boycott daylight savings time, exactly. Oh, was there a vampire movie or a zombie movie? I watched the World Series last night, which was a wild game. Mark Petero is joining me tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. And we're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about the Patriots, NFL, probably the Celtics, I presume. And then we're probably going to be talking about the World Series, which ends tonight. So it's going 7 games. The Dodgers forced a 7th game last night in a way that was insane last night. The Blue Jays, in the bottom of the 8th, were on their way back to potentially tying up the game. And literally, live on camera, actually scoring a run until it's called back because of a ground rule double. Because the ball went into the outfield, went to the bottom of the wall, got stuck, and sorry, a lot of stuff on the ground here. And the ball got stuck underneath the fence, which was padded. And so they ruled the ground rule double, and the run that the Blue Jays had just scored got called back. So now it's going to 7 games. And tonight, Game 7s, anything can happen. And a lot of times those Game 7s are so tight that it just comes to a simple run from one team or the other, and it's all over, and teams are regretting their defeat for the rest of their lives. So me and Mark Petero tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. That's moved up from Monday. We were originally going to do the show on Monday. Now we're going to do it tomorrow night instead, just because of schedule arrangements and all that. So we moved it up a day, which will be great. Sunday night, I'm live tonight at 6 o'clock as well. It's going to be a Kelsey Fitzsimmons fundraiser live tonight. That's also at 6 o'clock. So 2 6 o'clock shows for me this weekend. 6 o'clock tonight, Kelsey Fitzsimmons fundraiser. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, and that's Sports Talk with Mark Petero. Some of the guests we got. One second here. I don't know what this lady's doing, but she's putting herself in danger. All right. 6 o'clock tonight is going to be the Kelsey Fitzsimmons fundraiser. Many guests coming on the show tonight. Looks like Broken Baker's official now, which is fantastic news. And then we also have Lauren Katie, Bia, and also on the show is going to be Britt Happens. She's going to be joining the show. So about 4 guests tonight. Probably be about a 2-hour, 3-hour show tonight. We'll try to raise as many funds for Kelsey as we can. We got some things to talk about. Okay, Ohtani's pitching tonight. Okay, so I know Max Scherzer was pitching, but Ohtani's going to be on the mound. Wow. That's going to be a heck of a game tonight. I'll be watching that. I'll have the game fired up as well. So if the fundraiser tonight goes a little bit later, I already have the game on too. I'll just, I'll do the show, I'll do the fundraiser, and, watch the game all at once. So it'll be good. Looks like some trees are down here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, it has trees down all over this trail. Not on the trail, but in the water. Take a look at that in just a minute. Yeah, it's not uncommon for trees to fall. I know one year I think they took a chainsaw at some of these trees back here and just got them down. Oh, thank you, Debbie K. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're just trying to help out any way we can. You know, and I think fundraising is the biggest thing we can do because it's financially, you know, it's really what it comes down to, especially in a he said, she said, it comes down to finances. So, yeah, there's a tree down there. Some other trees down up ahead here. This is one of the safer trails that I've seen in the area in terms of, yeah, it's just a straight up trail. It's all, you know, it's all cleaned up and everything for the most part. It's not dangerous at all. Unless, of course, Bigfoot shows up or something, then you get some problems. You're going to have to basically take him down with a couple maneuvers, you know, beat the crap out of him a little bit and say, Bigfoot, man, look, I get it, you're real, but you're not going to mess with me and get away with it, you know? You're going down. So, yeah, it looks like they chainsawed this. Okay, so this tree fell at some point. They nailed that with a chainsaw to clear that up. Yep, that got taken down. This tree up here uprooted entirely. Who knows when? Just a walking and talking session this afternoon. And hopefully the stream's coming through fine as well. Yeah, I could take Bigfoot one-on-one, hopefully, unless he claws me or something and I'm, you know, turns into the Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. Oh, this tree is uprooted. Oh, both of these things are uprooted. They replaced this with some blocks here, some stones here. Fixed that up. I don't remember this one being down. I haven't been on, actually, I don't think I've even been on this trail. And look at this right here. Oh, that thing uprooted big time. Look at that. Wow. That thing came down. It's amazing to me. You know, like these trees are dead right here. Look at it. And look at the way that tree is angling. You know, you wonder, like, you know, at what point is this tree just going to fall? Like, I started to get a little paranoid now. I'm like, I'm not going to walk by this thing and it's going to collapse on me, is it? Now, a lot of these trees, they just, you know, I don't know who's in charge. I assume this is a state park. But like this one right here, look at it. Look at how that thing is angling right here. I mean, you could probably get right behind that tree and push it, and then down it goes. It's not like, look at that thing. Look at it. Look at that. These things can go down at any point. And I don't know who's, like I said, who oversees this area, but it might be worth taking a couple more chainsaws. The problem is they don't cut these trees down. We'll put it this way. They don't ever cut the trees down. They just like that one back there. They deal with it after it's already fallen. Here's another one uprooted. This is all like algae in the water here. That thing completely uprooted. Completely down. But they don't deal with these trees until they've collapsed. But they don't take any preventative measure. I don't know what the budget is. I don't know how that all works. But here's another example right here. This tree right here. This was cut after it fell. Right here. Look at that clean cut. Right there, clean cut. They cut all this into pieces. This fell on the trail. They just dumped it in the woods, which is good, but they don't deal with it till after they collapse. And they don't look at some of the trees back there. They look like they're dying and they're doomed to fall. And like I said, God forbid someone's walking down the trail and it collapses near them or on them or whatever. So that's always a concern. How are you? That's always a concern as well. So yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, it's interesting. So it's a nice trail though. I like it. But being someone that operates a chainsaw, sometimes obsessively, I kind of sit there and I'm like, we need to maybe chainsaw this thing down now. it's like, let's get this thing out of here before something happens. You know, but like I said, you walk by a few of those trees back there. It's like I said, I haven't been on this trail since last year, or maybe it was the springtime. I was down here in the springtime. At least 3 of those trees have uprooted back there now. So that's a cause for concern that some of these trees are doomed to fall at any point. So I don't know. Not a bad day out. It's a little chilly. The hoodie, I got the hoodie on too. The wind is a little bit much right now. It's a little cool. With the hoodie on, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's fundraiser. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. 2 shows this weekend. I guess this counts as a show too, right? So 3 shows this weekend. This is kind of just a special session. Here's another one right here. They cut that here, and they just tossed the little slices they made into the woods back there. Yeah, a lot of these have uprooted. It happens. God forbid animals, exactly. Good old Lucky Loughran quote. That was a winning comment from him too. He goes, "God forbid animals." I kind of cheered that one. Being an animal lover like I am, this one fell apart as well. There's the rest of it right here. These are the kind of things I focus on when I walk. You know? I sit here and I do tree assessments in the middle of my walks. I'm like, I don't know. I think that tree might come down. That tree, I don't know about that tree. That tree could be coming down. Yeah. You got to find something to entertain yourself when you walk, right? Instead of thinking about things all the time. You know, God forbid animals. All-time quote. It's crazy to think it's been like, what, 5 or 6 months now? 4 months, almost 5 months since Karen Reed's been declared innocent. That's crazy. Oh, thank God we don't have to deal with another trial. I was so worried about us having to all go through that again. I'm like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Hey, what's going on, Chrissy Mom? What's going on, Jermaine? I heard something about Sergeant Good. Yeah, I heard something about him. So, yeah, it's interesting. A lot going on out there. Yeah, he got suspended with pay, so it's basically like a paid vacation is what I heard. So I think Nick Rocco was kind of expressing how upset he was about that. So here's an area here. This is interesting right here. Got to be careful. It's and me being the safety guy, it's amazing they don't secure this, right? You take a couple steps here, and then you go right down. So again, yeah, this fence, oh, they're fixing it. They're fixing it here. So they need to get that fixed. God forbid some kid or animal goes over. And this is not enough. Oh, they're just installing all this stuff here. This is all new. This doesn't look new at all. But yeah, they got to secure us a little bit better. I mean, there's just so many ways kids could, yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to better tomorrow too. There's so many ways kids could, because you never know if you have a kid that gets ahead of his parents a little bit. And that, you know, a lot of times kids, you know, when you're young, you don't have the safety sense when you're a little kid. You know, the next thing you know, the kid goes, oh, look, I can whatever. And then the next thing you know, they fall down. So, you know, it's tough enough, I'm sure, as a parent to monitor your kids all the time. But at the same time, it's, you know, you got to, you know, make sure the area is safe as well. So maybe I won't write a letter to the top, but I probably should. I'll be like, hey, look, maybe we ought to consider this here. I hate to be that guy sometimes, but, you know, you have to look at things preventatively as well. So that's another truth. What's going on, brother? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm almost at the end here. And tonight, 6 o'clock, Kelsey Fitzsimmons fundraiser, Lauren, Katie, Beatriz. We got Broken Baker and Britt Happens joining the show. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, Sports Talk with Mark Better. I'll be talking Patriots football, the World Series, I'm sure. Going to be some Celtics basketball in there, so it'll be good. It'll be a good time. So I'm going to wrap this up almost at the end. I think I have another like 200, 300 steps. It starts to get back into the neighborhoods now. I like this little area here. I'll actually keep the live on for a few more minutes. I got some things we can talk about. So I'm going to make fun of these little grills that they have back here real quickly to humor myself. This is a nice little area. You can park on opposite ends, so you can come, you know, start from either side of the trail that you like. So let's see. Yeah, these little old school grills. Let's see if they have them still. Let's see. I don't think I've used one of these things since I was 10. Not maybe this area, but a local area. Yeah, free Kelsey indeed. Yeah, I probably should write them. Like, hey, let's keep people safe. Yeah, they have a nice little picnic area. And these are one of these old school grill. Look at this old school grill here. Look at that. Gas it up and throw some stones on it and light it up. That's an old school grill right there. Who knows how long this thing's been here? It's probably been here since the 70s for all we know. And then I think they used to have one picnic table back here, but more than one, I would say. But yeah, it's not too bad. see what we got back here. There's actually across the road an area where a vehicle crashed in the 90s. And I believe that car is still underwater to this day. I don't think they ever towed the thing out of there. They just left it. So, yeah. This leads you to the water here, which is nice. If you like to hang out, but I don't usually hang out too far back here. But they have a nice stone steps here. Right here. And then it looks like there's a side trail. This gets a little steep. I don't want to collapse live on camera either. And it's like, oh, Mazza goes falling down. And next thing you know, it's all over us tonight. Here's Mazza earlier today, where he was hiking a trail and live on camera collapsed and fell. And I'm like Homer Simpson. You guys remember Homer Simpson when he tried to do the bike thing? He was on the bike or whatever, and he didn't want, I think it was a skateboard. And he went across the ledge, and he went over, and then he collapsed. And then when he got put in the ambulance, he collapsed on the way down, too. It's a fun tree. What the heck is all over me here? Let's get out of here. Crazy. Yeah, it's nice. Nice area. All righty. Let's take a couple steps up. Yeah, nothing too scenic. It's very commonly scenic out here. This is far from a destination area. It's kind of like, well, you're nice. Yeah, right. So Homer tries to skateboard. I think he goes down the hill, down the cliff, and up and over, and then he collapses. And then when they get him out of there, they put him on the ambulance, and then Homer Simpson, the back door of the ambulance opens, and Homer Simpson on his stretcher wheels out of the ambulance and goes crashing all the way back down again. I believe that's how that episode went. You just hear him like, no, all the way down. So that was pretty funny. Funny stuff. All right. Let's see how many steps I'm at today. Let's take a look. Got to burn this Halloween candy any way I can. I got to be at like 7,783. All right, that's perfect. Good. 7,700 steps. So far, that's good. I got to burn this candy out of me. Can't be getting, I put a lot of hard work into keeping my weight down, and I can't be allowing my weight to get back up again. That's one thing I have to always stay on top of. It's very important. Number one reason I think is just to avoid diabetes. That's the number one reason for me. It's because there's been people in my family that have gotten it, and it just comes from a lot of carbs, a lot of sugar, and that's one thing that's very important to me, is to just knock my weight down. I used to be 299 pounds. I'm about 235 right now. Over the summer, I was at 227 at one point, but I'm back up 8 pounds. So I gotta just make sure there's a path forward for me here with good weight, so I gotta keep managing it. So walking is one of the best things you can do for yourself, in my opinion. And then dieting, eating well, staying away from as much sugar and carbs as possible, which I have not done the past week. So hopefully once I get through Sunday, I'll be good to go. So we'll take it from there and hope for the best. But yeah, folks, that's it. So we've reached the end of the trail, and I'm going to sign off. I'll see you guys at 6 o'clock tonight for the Kelsey Fitzsimmons fundraiser. Many guests joining tonight. Will be a good time. We'll raise as much money as we possibly can. And then on Sunday, Sports Talk with Mark Better. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Mark from Mazza Media. Thank you guys for this hiking trail session here in the middle of the afternoon. It's a beautiful day. Get out there while the sun's still out there. And then once the sun goes down, we'll start doing those fundraisers tonight. So it should be good. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good one. I'm a little huffy and puffy right now from walking up that hill, but I'm good. So guys, take care of yourselves. Have a good afternoon. We'll see you guys in about 2 hours and 50 minutes. I still got to set the show up and all that. I haven't even done the banners yet, but I got to do that still. So I'm almost done. So, all right, guys, have a good one. I got about another half mile to walk, and then I'll be getting ready. So take care, guys. Have a good afternoon. Go Patriots. And free Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Take care. Take care now. Bye-bye then.